Alright gang, welcome back to our survival challenge here on New Frontier. It's November still, day 2, and 8:26 in the morning. We've got a full load here of wood chips. We are going to go ahead and put these into the silo for now. We may end up selling some of them today. The price isn't terrible, but if we wait till December and January, we're going to make a hell of a lot more money, probably $400 or $500 more per 1,000 liters. So unless we absolutely have to, I'm going to hold off on selling these. Now, it is the best time to sell canola today, so we are going to sell the canola that we do have in our silo, though, so that should help us out tremendously there with the amount of money. As you can see, we only have 70,000. We're not making as much money as we had been in the past, and that's because mostly we didn't really put any more wood in any of our sawmills, right? So the one sawmill we have over there by the yard is empty. It does have some wood chips in it that we're going to go ahead and take out of it. We're probably going to get rid of that. Oop, nope, not that one. I don't know why the camera decided to zoom in right there, but alright, well, whatever. Okay. Evidently we disconnected the trailer. Interesting. Anyway, we are going to sell that sawmill, mostly because, as you saw in the last episode, we did get the Tree Devour mod. At this point in the series, I don't think we really need to spend the time just chopping down the trees by hand and then pulling them by... by the winch and putting them into the sawmill. I think we can just use the Tree Devour mod. We have already succeeded as a survival challenge series. I mean, that's plain as day. We've got so many things going here. We're making so much money. We have succeeded. There are just other things we want to accomplish and complete, other side objectives, and just make the area look a lot better that we still have yet to do. So, based off of all that, I'm not as concerned with utilizing the Tree Devour mod to help speed that process up. And what I mean by that is be able to get rid of some of these trees faster, which means we can turn it into more fields and make it look a little bit more solidified, right? Like a solidified farm, which is really what we want. So we're going to sell the canola here. It's 12,000, so it's not a ton of canola. It's not going to make us an outrageous amount of money, but it will probably get us to $100,000, if not more. 108,000 to be exact. We made $38,403 off of 12,000 liters. I feel like that's pretty daggone good, gang. So we need to flip around here. I actually went the complete wrong way. Go figure. That's a normal Z thing to do. We need to come over here to the sawmill and unload all the wood chips. I think we should be able to unload them into here, but admittedly I have yet to try it. Yes, perfect. So we want to make sure we get the wood chips out of this one. We did not do it in the other one that we had, although there was not that many wood chips in there, but we kind of forgot to do that. So let's go ahead and sell that. There's really nothing in the used market, by the way. I was looking at that before we started the episode here. Now, I'm not saying one of those sawmills will not come back. They probably will, but there's really no reason for us to have it over here. We've kind of decided to keep all the trees that we're seeing over there, right? So there's really no reason to do it there. We're going to get rid of some trees up here on this side for sure. Probably some over here, back here as well. Not all of them, but some of them over that way as well. And then we've got a chunk, a massive chunk to get rid of straight ahead of us. All of those are going to be going away. Every single one of those. 2 pallets of clothes have already spawned, as you can see there. So that's going to be good, right? When the time comes to sell those are about 30 grand a piece. So that's going to be some big money. Now, one thing we have yet to do, man, the sheep are loving their new pen. You see them jumping around there? They're having a blast. One thing we have yet to do at the start of this series, which is a little bit different from your normal survival challenge series, I did have a $100,000 loan. We still have yet to pay that off. We're making so much money that it really kind of has not really been something on my mind, right? But we really should consider getting rid of the loan here pretty soon, right? Just so we don't have to continue to incur that interest. Now, it's not much, but we still should get rid of it just to take care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the trailer back over here to these sawmills because they are filling up with wood chips pretty quickly now. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of prepare it, have it sitting over here ready to go. Now today, what we have to really do as far as the actual farm itself goes is, one, we need to get a sprayer or a hoe or something and get rid of the weeds out of this field. We actually do not have one. We've actually been doing a pretty good job up until this point of being able to keep up with, getting the fields all prepped and ready to go and not really needing to do any kind of herbicide or hoeing or weeding or anything like that. But that has kind of changed now. So We need to, well, quite frankly, we need to buy one of those. I don't know which one we're going to get yet, but we need to buy one. I'm probably not going to buy anything too outrageous, just based on the fact that this is the first time we've ever had to do this yet. So I probably won't buy anything too outrageous, but we're going to get something to help us with that. I'm just going to go ahead and top off all of these greenhouses really quick while we're here. They shouldn't need much because we did fill them up recently. Right, there we go. So back that up. I'm just going to turn that off. I'm just going to leave it right there for now. It should be fine. Now, we've got, well, a little bit of a glitch there. Apologize. I don't know what the is going on with the game there. Now, we've got 10,780 liters of wood still in there, so that should be fine. We've got a bunch of prefab walls here. Do we need all these prefab walls? No. No, we probably don't. But I'm going to keep them rolling until we know for a fact that we don't need any more. And then we can just sell those prefab walls outright. It's not that big of a deal, right? So we need to head over here. We need to pick up the forks, the front loader and the fork here, so we can bring those prefab walls up to the log cabin. We want to continue that process of the log cabin today. I'm not positive if there is a pallet of furniture yet. That is really the thing that's taken us a while at this point, is the furniture, because it is a small production, and you know how long those small productions take. They are not fast by any means. So I think we need 2 prefab walls up there. I think it's only 2. So I'm just going to grab 2 here, and hopefully that's a correct statement. Well, I'm going to push them completely out of the way first, and then try to pick them up, because why not make it more difficult on myself? Why not give myself the most difficult situation? That seems like a win, right? Okay. Well, that was something. I've never seen that happen, where they were so close together that they ended up pushing all the other ones around too, but that's fine. We got them nonetheless, so we're good. So let's take these up here. We're going to put in another shed today, I think, at some point. I'm not sure where the shed's going to go, but we need a shed for a sugar cane harvester. It is a much taller piece of equipment than all of the buildings that we currently have, so we need a really tall one. They only need 1,000 of the prefab walls, actually. I'm going to put 2 in there. It doesn't really bother me. I'm going to put 2 in there. If we waste one, we waste one. Alright, so the prefab walls should be taken care of. So we still need 3,000 liters of furniture. So we're a long ways away at this point. Unless we change up and buy another furniture production. It's going to be a bit before we get to the next step there with the log cabin. Let's drive down here, though, really quickly and see if there is a pallet of furniture or not for us. I'm hoping there is. Okay, so there was 1 pallet, but only 1. So we're like I said, we're going to be a while before we get this stage done, unfortunately. That's all right. We'll drop this one in here, hopefully, if I can get it to fall off the forks here. Perfect. Alright, good. So let's head back, and a couple things we're going to do today. Obviously, we've got to get the sprayer, as I mentioned already, but we also have to re-drill the sugarcane field. So we're going to have to take care of that. Now, I'm assuming... I haven't really looked this closely, if I'm honest with you, but I'm assuming that we are going to need to cultivate it or plow the field up. I'm assuming that's the case. But I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Let's do a quick autosave here. People are still having issues, which is very surprising to me at this point, but they're still having issues with game crashing. I obviously have that issue with that winch I showed you a couple episodes back. It was not fun, but I've been dealing with it since the game came out. So, let's see. Vehicles. It's not going to tell me in here, is it? it's not going to tell me in there. Where we at? Sugarcane planter. It doesn't say anything about it being a direct drill, which I kind of expected. So that means we are going to need to plow that field up or cultivate it up, or one of the two. I think we're going to utilize the vulture here. I think I'm going to have the worker do it, and we're going to work on buying the sprayer and getting that grass field sprayed. We just want to take care of that. Now, we might end up extending this field a little bit today as well. We're not going to extend it down that way anymore. I think that way, if we extended it that way any further, we'd have some issues. But maybe a little bit more to the left here. I don't want to go too far because it is going to start getting a little hilly, and I think that might be a bit of a difficulty with the harvester. Maybe it won't be, but I feel like it might be. Right, let the worker do their thing. Let's jump into the case here. I will meet you at the shop once I figured out what we're going to buy. I'm also going to bring the other trailer that we purchased for the sugarcane that we don't need anymore. I'm going to bring that up and we'll sell that as well, so we'll get a little bit of money back. Alright, gang, I decided to go with this Amazoni UX5201 Super. Pretty nice 30-meter width. We can increase that width up to 40 meters, I believe. But 30 meters should be sufficient for us now. I did buy 2 pallets of herbicide to put in here. It is not full, but it is 76% full, as you can see. So it holds just over 5,000, I think. But this should work out really well for us. The reason why I decided to go with the sprayer versus just the hoe or the weeder is because most of the series, we have kind of shifted gears here to utilizing the hoe. So I want to kind of spice it up a little bit and do something different in this series, since we're kind of heavily utilizing those. And since money really isn't that big of a deal for us anymore, we're just going to do the spraying. So should work out well for us. We may or may not have to utilize it all that much. It really depends on how we continue on, as I previously mentioned, right? So heading back to the yard here, and we'll go directly over to the new field, and we're going to get that sprayed. It should only take a couple of seconds with the 30-meter width of this. It should be really quick. Really quick. Worker is still doing well over there on plowing up the sugarcane field, so we can get that drilled here soon after. As far as the fields themselves and how they're doing, I think everything else is okay as far as fertilization goes. They are. So we just got to get rid of the weeds over here, and we'll be in good shape. And then we can go ahead and re-drill the sugarcane, and we can start working on creating another field in some of the area that we've been working on off camera a little bit on getting rid of those trees, right? Yeah, this is nice, man. This is not going to take us long. Look how large this thing is. Try to get a little bit further over here. It might mean we waste a tiny bit, but I'm okay with that as long as we're making sure we're hitting every bit. Don't really want to lose out on any, or at least miss any of the weeds, I should say, right? This is going to be good, man. This is going to be very, very good for us. So let's knock it out. It won't take long. This will be a real quick one. Yeah, like I said, didn't take too long at all. We're pretty much done here. Just this little tiny bit. And we're done. Perfect. We can go ahead and fold this up. We can go ahead and put this away. And I like how small it actually compacts itself into, right? So it makes it really easy for us to be able to maneuver this through areas and be able to put it away, and really doesn't take up that much space. So considering how wide the actual spraying width is, it doesn't take up that much space at all. So let's put this away. The worker's still going strong over there. They still got a long ways to go, honestly, but they're doing all right. So we'll let them continue doing their thing over there. Now, what I'd like to do is spend a little bit of time here and see if I can figure out where I want to put the shed to be able to put our sugarcane harvester in, right? So we're going to have to spend a little bit of time. So I think I'm going to go off camera for a brief second here. I'll see if I can figure something out for this. Now, as far as where I want to put it at, I'm not positive yet. I'm kind of leaning towards maybe knocking out a few of these trees and sticking it here with the, the entrance going into it from here, if that makes any sense, right? The backside of it would be here, right? That's kind of where I'm thinking. I need to kind of look a little bit closer at what we have available out there and what makes sense. If it doesn't go there, it'll probably maybe we could either replace this maybe, or we could put it somewhere over in this vicinity. I'm not really sure yet. And I moved the roller, and as you can see, it has clearly slid again. I think it might just be that the hill is making it slide. I don't really know what the problem is, but when I had fixed it before the episode started, it was straight in line with this. So I'm not sure what's going on with that thing, but at least it's not really going that far out of the way, right? So let me spend some time here and see if I can figure out what kind of shed we're going to put down, and we'll throw it down. All right, so we have very limited options here. I may consider going back out to ModHub and see if I can find anything else, but I'm pretty sure I've downloaded most of the good stuff. So really, it's this easy steel shed here, which is very, very, very deep as far as the shed goes. It does shrink in size as you get further back, but it would provide plenty of room for this to be able to go in there. As you can see, there's no clipping or anything at all happening there. Maybe when you get a little bit further back, there might be, but we really don't need to push that far back. The other option is this big thing here, another easy steel shed item. This is a little bit more of an open air approach. A little bit more expensive, but I think I'm kind of leaning towards this one, and I'm kind of leaning towards putting it over here. I think it would make sense. It gives us a little bit more flexibility to put things in and out of if we need to, especially if we get some bigger equipment as we carry on. We probably won't need anything else as far as shed-wise goes besides this and what we currently have. But I think I'm leaning towards this one, and I think I'm leaning towards putting it in here, which means we've got to get rid of some trees here if we're going to do it here. Because we want to give a little bit of space for the road there, right, going out to the main road. Somewhere like in there, probably. Something like that. So let's get into the case here. Let's hook up our Tree Devour mod and get the trailer out and everything else, and we will start getting to work here on chopping down some of these trees. Now, I don't want to get rid of too many trees. I've mentioned that a number of times. I like trees. It's not that I want to get rid of them, and since this area, we're kind of wanting to keep some of the, the view here of having trees surrounding it. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for me to knock down every tree, but we're going to knock down a couple here, and let's see if we can figure out exactly how much space we're going to need here. This thing is relatively loud, so hopefully you can still hear me. And I'm going to take this tree down as well. Now, realistically, the way this is going to be set up, the odds are we're not going to probably utilize one of the sides to back things into. It'll probably just be from one, if that makes any sense. It will once I put it down and you see what I'm talking about. There might be some room actually to do it now that I'm seeing this, but so basically what I'm going to do is get rid of all these trees to the right here. These ones over here on the left, they're going to stay. They are not going away. Now, one thing we still haven't done that we need to do as well is go and sell the other stump grinder. We don't need that anymore with this. I mentioned that in the last episode. But we just haven't yet to do that. So we will do that here soon enough, I assure you. Okay, I think that should be enough. Hopefully. All right, let's turn that off. Let's get this out of the way, and let's see if that is enough room for us to put down that shed. A little bit more expensive than I wanted to spend, but it is what it is, right? We've got to... Overlaps with another object. What's it overlapping with? I mean, I guess it's that tree there, isn't it? That's that tree right there. So we are going to have to get rid of one of those trees if we want to do what I'm wanting to do here, at a minimum. Unless I do this at an angle. And even at an angle, it's still saying it's overlapping something. I don't know what it's overlapping. Wonder what's it overlapping. Is there a stump that we're missing in the ground somewhere? It's kind of hard to see them, though, you know? So, I don't know for sure if I'm missing a stump or not, but... Well, I must be, clearly. It's probably that right there. It's not even a stump. It's just like a little wedge thing. Okay, well... I'm going to get rid of one more of those trees since we know that one was going to be partially in the way. So I don't want to go too far into these trees, though. I really don't. And I'm going to take this one out, too. And the rest of them are staying. And if we have to, we're just going to work around it. Any more than that, I feel like we're going to be... There's a piece of a stump that's spinning in circles. You see that? And now it's not doing it. In the tractor, it spins in circles. You can kind of see it right there. See how it's spinning? I don't know if you can hear me now. I just zoomed in further. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, well, I'll keep working on it here, gang, and I'll be back with you once I have it down. I'm just going to have to play around in this area a little more and try to get rid of more of these stumps here. I don't want to utilize the place it anywhere because I don't want to cause a bunch of mayhem with it being stuck in the ground or anything like that. Alright, so this is what we went with here, gang. I did end up having to utilize the thing to kind of sink it in the ground a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. It's a little bit shorter on this side, but it's not that big of a deal. Either way, it's done now. We're sticking with it, and I like it for the most part. So I decided to just put down some regular gravel. Instead of utilizing this, I decided to change this one up a little bit. Put down some regular gravel here, and so that's what we did. And I think there's enough room here for us to be able to back some things in here if we really want to, but more than likely what we're going to be doing is kind of pulling things in this way and then pulling them back out the same way, right? We're probably not going to be doing a whole lot else besides that. I did expand this out just a little bit back here too, just in case we do want to drive through for whatever reason, but for right now, really the point of it is going to be for us to be able to put this Case Osthoff 8800MR in there, more specifically than anything else. And we'll also be putting in the Tree Devour mod in there as well, just, you know, have it set up so it's easy for us to be able to pick it up and all that good stuff. So, but there is a lot more room over here on this side than I actually anticipated, so we could technically take things in and out of there as well if we wanted to. But it is a very nice one, man. We probably needed something like this, honestly. Not even if we didn't even purchase the sugarcane harvester, we probably needed a shed like this just to give ourselves a little bit more room and to make it come together a little bit more, right? All right, so wood chips are done here, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Tree Devour mod off over here. And I think we'll stick it. For now, we can just put it right here, I think. Right over here. And let's go unload these wood chips into the silo. Because, again, we're going to wait and sell those in the next episode. There's no reason for us to sell them today when they're going to be $300-400 more in the next episode, or even January's episode. And hopefully when we're done with this, we can start working on creating another field here today. That would be the most ideal situation for us. But the worker is nearly done, I think, with the sugarcane field. We're going to need that plow if we're going to start making another field. We also need to re-drill that sugarcane field as well, right? So, a couple of things to do today. I'm just going to leave this here for right now. Now, as far as the animals go, they are all in great shape. There's no concerns there at all. The sheep have plenty of grass. The water buffalo have plenty of food, so not a big deal on those whatsoever. Okay, so I have the case back out, the tree devourer mod back out, and the trailer back out, clearly. I completely forgot that we had the seasons clicked on. It just wasn't in my head for some reason. It was just, I was blanking on it. We can't drill anything today, gang. There's no possibility for us to drill today. But we did talk about how we wanted to expand this field, and we are clearly doing that. I've obviously changed the landscape quite a lot there by knocking down a lot of trees, and that will allow us to extend that a little bit. And get a little bit more yield, right, out of our sugarcane field. So I think that was totally worth it. So we're going to go ahead and throw all of these into the silo, these wood chips into the silo. I'm telling you, December, January, whenever it is we decide to sell these wood chips, we are going to be making so much damn money. It's going to be ridiculous. So much money. Well, just run right into it, Z. Good job, buddy. So I don't know if I'll put something in the edit or if I'll just edit that portion out or what, but if I'm just randomly talking about that and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I edited it out. Future Z edited it out. We are going to have so many wood chips, man. That's crazy. Look at that. Absolutely insane. That's going to be so much money. Here you go. This is what I was going to show you. We can't drill anything today. We can't plant anything today besides grass, and we're not going to put grass down there. So we're just going to have to wait until it's time for us to be able to put something in the ground, and it's going to be a bit. As you can tell, March is the earliest, and March is very selective on what can be put in the ground. Sugarcane definitely can be put in the ground, so that's good. So let's head this. Let's put this back over here. We'll go ahead and pick up the plow, and we'll go ahead and extend that field a little bit today, and then we will probably begin at least working on another field, as I've mentioned a number of times already. It'll be over here, the one that we kind of mowed up and already took care of a lot of the trees. We're going to put it over there. So I'm going to drop off the front of this here. Perfect. I think I'm just going to leave the trailer under here for right now. We can move it later if we need to, but we don't really need the trailer now, so there's no reason to hold on to it. It can just stay there. Now, there's one tree over there that I clearly just chopped down normally, and that's because I thought we were going to be pretty close to being full on wood chips, and so we were. But I wanted to go ahead and take it out, so I went ahead and did that and got the stump out. So we just have to pull that to one of the sawmills, and that tree there will be taken care of. Now, as far as how far we're going to go here, I don't know. I want to leave enough room to turn around. As you saw, it needs quite a bit of space to turn around here, so... and the hill kind of starts somewhere around in here, and it's not that big of a hill, but it is a gradual incline that will probably cause us a little bit of issues, right? So somewhere I think in here would be pretty good. Hopefully that would give us enough room. We can obviously get rid of more trees. We probably will. Honestly, we're probably going to get rid of all the trees over here on this side of the hill. I don't see any reason why we would keep those. But for now, let's at least try to get this thing started here. I'm going to pop this up. It's going to be kind of hard for me to keep track of this. You guys know I'm not the greatest at trying to make these lines as straight as possible. I normally have to come back and do a little bit of touch-up work, but it could be worse, right? It could be worse. Touch-up work's pretty easy to do, so I'm not too concerned about that. Especially now that we have this tractor, this case, man. It's so powerful that it's really not bad at all. Alright, so let's see if we can fix this here. We actually did an okay job. It just kind of veered off at the beginning a little bit. I made it worse. Holy smokes! All right, well we'll clean it up with a little paint and some meadow grass. We can clean that up. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, perfect. That's connected up. Man, I did such a good job there, and then I screwed that up. All right, so let's see if we can fix this. I think I want it right about there. It's a nice thing about this, man, is having the ability to put the paint down and then just come back and put some meadow grass down on top of it. Makes a world of difference, man. You just got to be kind of careful with the meadow grass that you don't go into the actual crop, or the drilled field, rather. What will be a crop field. All right, perfect. Perfect. So let's head to the other side here and try to line it up here, and then we can just clean up the middle, and then that is going to be good. You can definitely see the incline when you look at it from this angle. You can definitely see it. But relatively speaking, it's actually not that bad. No, don't put a worker on. No. Alright, that's not bad. Could use a tiny bit of work, but that's not bad at all, man. I'll take that all day. Alright, we can turn the map off now. See if I can line that up a little bit better here. Looks good to me. Alright, let's take care of this middle. I would say this is probably an increase of, I don't know, what do you think? It's 1/3 increase, something like that? Maybe 1/4, but I would think it's closer to the 1/3 increase versus the 1/4. No, get off a dang worker. I hate that on the controller, so I'm on console, which a lot of you know, but in case you stumbled across this and don't, I'm on console and I use a controller. Sometimes the buttons, if you don't hit them perfectly, it'll turn on a worker, which is a little annoying. Alright, we are all done here. We're going to go ahead and finish this last strip, and then we're going to head on over there and begin setting up the next field. We also can actually expand the yard a little bit more now that we know kind of where the extension of this field, or where the end of this field is really going to be at. Probably going to get rid of those trees right there, more than likely. Just looking at the length here of it. But we can extend this area out here, right? I'll paint this asphalt, gravel, whatever you want to call it, out here a little bit further to kind of match up or get to the edge there of the field. So we'll head over here and start the next field. This is going to be a relatively large field over here as well. It's going to be very similar size to this one over here. Probably almost identical. It's going to take me a little bit of time here to get it a perfectly straight line, if you will, but I'm going to do everything I can to try to keep it straight. But as you saw a few minutes ago, I'm not really the most ideal at being able to make those lines perfectly straight going down. It's kind of hard to do. Keep your path going on console, but I'm going to do what I can to try to get as close as possible so we don't have to do that much of, coming back and touching it up. All right, this field is pretty much done, gang. I actually didn't do a terrible job. It needs a little tiny bit of touch-up work around the outside edges, but for the most part, I did all right. I'm pretty happy with it. No, we got another field ready to go, gang. This is good, man. New sprayer, another field ready to go. Another new field ready to go, I should say. We're going to continue to expand. We're going to get rid of not any of these trees specifically here, but we're going to continue to work on the trees over in that area and going further back that way with the Tree Devour mod. More than likely in the next episode, we're probably going to do a little bit more Tree Devour stuff on camera since we can't drill anything for a couple of months now. So we'll see. We're going to leave the episode at this point, gang. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. All that stuff helps me out an absolute ton. Thanks so much to my 14 members. Can't thank you enough. If you're interested in becoming a member, links down below in the description. Lots of different perks you'll get, including early access to videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.